Hello, I'm probably riding my bike. It's been snowing outside, and I took all the fenders off all my bikes, so it's time to put some back on. This time Clem gets some fenders. I've got some Simworks Honjo Flat 65 mudguards, which I bought back in 2020 when bike parts were impossible to find. I actually wanted the more curved ones, but these were the only ones in stock, and in the end I'm really happy with them. I like the unique flat look and how you can fit them with chunky tyres too. The first time I fit these fenders on my Velo Orange Polyvalent, it took like a whole day of pain. This time was a bit easier, but not as easy and smooth as it looks in this video. I think you've got to have at least one bike with fenders, and if you only have one bike, it must have fenders. It's not nearly as wet here as England, but it's still necessary sometimes. These fenders are quite battered and well used, but I think the well used rugged Bosage looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with the fender line I achieved today, although I'm less of a perfectionist with these and put some dimples in the right place for the brakes. And it's all ready for a ride. Today is a national holiday. It's the Lunar New Year, or Solal. Basically, everything is closed. But I'm someone who needs to leave the house within a couple of hours of waking up. So let's go for a coffee ride. Today I have a new coffee toy, which I'm excited to use. But first a little check of my Clem with his new fenders. Glorious. As I said, it's Solal today. Everything's closed, most things anyway. Plus it's before 11 AM, so none of the cafes would be open anyway. Quite often I wish I could go and make a coffee by the river, but you're not allowed to burn gas in the park. But today my new toy will allow me to make some coffee outside. It's a beautiful sunny day, and it's -6. Nice and fresh. A lot of people leave Seoul on this day to visit relatives outside. It's quite nice and quiet, just the odd people jogging or going for a walk. I think I only saw about 2 other people riding their bikes this morning, and a brave man running in shorts. Not cycling far today, just going to one of my favourite quiet spots down by the Han River. I'm not a huge fan of snow because it prevents me from riding my bike easily, but this light dusting is quite picturesque and pretty. And here we are at my favourite Chongja, and time to make some coffee outside. And here's my new toy. It's the Outin Nano portable espresso machine. They did reach out to me to see if I'd like to try out the machine, and I saw it was on James Hoffman's channel, so if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. You should check out his review. In the description I've also shared a link and the discount code RIDINGMYBIKE. The regular machine makes a single espresso, but I got the Basket Plus, which makes a double, because a single's not enough for me. With my grinder on the tightest setting, it just about makes a good enough fine grind for an espresso. I'm having loads of fun making this coffee outside. I'll definitely be doing this on some of my morning commutes on the way to work. And a nice view while I'm grinding my coffee of my beautiful bike and its new fenders. You can get deep into a wormhole of making perfect espresso, but I just eyeballed it today. About 18 grams of coffee. The Basket Plus comes with this doser, a bigger filter basket, portafilter, and this sweet, cute little distribution tool. It comes with this tamper too. Tamp it down nicely and it leaves this satisfying pattern in your coffee. Nice and tight. And this has two settings. You can just put hot water in and it goes through straight away, or it can heat up your water nicely too. No need for a gas stove. It's -6 degrees today, so I thought I'd give it a little help and put some hot water in. So it heated up the water quite quickly. If you're using it at home, you can just pour the right temperature in and it goes straight through. A surprising and satisfying crema. Time to enjoy the fruits of my labour. I've dialed the grind size pretty nicely, so it makes amazingly delicious espresso. The very first time I used it, I was quite surprised how delicious it was. A couple of times I had the grind size too big and it was too sour, but today's was perfect. Yes, they did send me this, but I genuinely would buy it myself, and I do recommend if you want to make some espresso outside without needing any gas stove. I have a feeling I'll be using it quite a lot on my adventures in the city and out into the countryside. Now I'm heading off to eat some delicious food with my Korean family. It is Solal after all. We've decided to meet in a restaurant to save the workload of cooking. Traditionally, these national holidays have been quite a lot of work, particularly for the women, to cook the food for their family and prepare the chesa for their ancestors. It's important to keep some traditions, but I think some people are happier. The times are changing a bit and there's less work. It's nicer to spend time and chill with family instead. Here's our lunch spot. Yongsan Samgyetang specializes in ginseng chicken soup, but they have a spicy dakbokkeumtang too. Incredibly friendly service, and it was very nice that they are open on this day. I hope they take a well-deserved rest too. Here's the dakbokkeumtang, a spicy chicken stew with all sorts of potatoes, sweet potato, different veggies. Absolutely glorious. A nice winter warmer. And their main dish, the samgyetang, is a whole chicken in a clean ginseng broth stuffed with gelatinous rice. It was a nice clean flavour in contrast with the spicy soup. The kamjajang, kind of like a rosti, is super good here too. Highly recommend. Plenty of clean bowls, and great to see my Korean family. I'm grateful to be embraced into their family. A lunar New Year's Day well spent. A nice start to the year of the snake, which I'm excited about. Lots of exciting things coming for me this year. I hope they do for you too. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. See you later. 새해 복 많이 받으세요.